New York City, 1976. The city never sleeps, but that summer, no one dared to step outside at night. Women cut their hair short. Lovers avoided quiet streets. Fear wasn't just in the headlines. It was in every shadow. They called him Son of Sam, and he was hunting. In the mid-70s, New York was already drowning in chaos. Crime rates soaring, the economy collapsing, neighborhoods rotting under the weight of poverty. But in July 1976, the fear became personal. A killer had emerged, striking at random and always with a .44 caliber revolver. His targets, young women with long dark hair, and the men unlucky enough to be with them. It started quietly, almost too quietly. July 29, 1976, Bronx. Two young women, Donna Loria and Jody Valenti, sat in a parked car outside Donna's home. A man approached, pulled out a revolver, and fired. Donna was killed instantly. No one knew it yet, but the Son of Sam had made his first move. The months that followed turned the city into a hunting ground. Couples in parked cars, women walking home, anyone alone at night, they were all targets. Each attack left behind a trail of blood, and each time the shooter vanished into the darkness. Witness descriptions were vague. A man, medium build, scruffy hair, but nothing that could stop him. Then came the letters, taunting notes sent to the police and the press in them. The killer called himself Son of Sam. He wrote in rambling, disturbing language, claiming he was commanded to kill by a demon, speaking through his neighbor's dog. Some thought it was a sick joke, but as the bodies piled up, the city realized the nightmare was only just beginning. By the summer of 1977, New York was boiling. In heat and in terror, every attack carried the same signature: a .44 caliber revolver, close range, and victims chosen without mercy. Police flooded the streets, detectives worked around the clock, but the Son of Sam stayed one step ahead. It was as if he could melt into the city's shadows. The press couldn't get enough. Every front page screamed his name. Each headline stoked the fear. The killer knew it, and he fed on it. He wrote to newspapers, mocking the police, playing with their desperation. His words were laced with bizarre symbols, apocalyptic warnings, and an unsettling obsession with the name, Sam. Experts tried to crawl inside his mind. Was he a sadist? A schizophrenic? A man consumed by delusion? The letters spoke of a dog named Harvey, possessed by a demon who ordered the killings to most. It was madness to the police. It was a thread, however thin, that might lead to him. But while they searched, the killer struck again. July 31st, 1977, Queen Stacy Moskowitz and Robert Violante were sitting in a car, talking under the streetlights. Without warning, gunfire tore through the night. Stacy would die from her wounds. Robert survived, but was left partially blind. The city was reaching its breaking point. People demanded answers, demanded the monster be caught, and then, finally, a crack in the darkness. A witness noticed a man loitering near the scene. A man who'd been seen receiving a parking ticket just moments before the shooting. That ticket would lead detectives to a name: David Berkowitz, a quiet postal worker living in Yonkers. On the surface, he was ordinary, but inside, he carried the mind of a predator. August 10th, 1977. Surveillance was in place. Detectives approached Berkowitz's apartment, hearts pounding in his car. They found a duffel bag. Inside, a .44 caliber revolver and maps of the crime scenes. Every doubt vanished. This was the man who had turned New York into a city of fear. When Berkowitz stepped out of his apartment building, the officers were ready. One detective recalled the moment vividly. "You got me," Berkowitz said with a twisted smile. "Well, you know, I'm the son of Sam, no resistance, no fight, as if the game was over, and he'd grown tired of playing." In the interrogation room, Berkowitz spilled the truth, or at least his version of it. He claimed a demon, speaking through his neighbor's dog, had commanded him to kill. His words were calm, almost casual, as he recounted the attacks in chilling detail. For detectives, it was confirmation of the horror they had been chasing for over a year. In 1978, David Berkowitz pleaded guilty to all the murders. The trial became a media circus, the city's most notorious killer sitting silently as his fate was sealed. He was sentenced to 6 life terms in prison. There would be no parole, no second chance, only the slow passage of time behind concrete walls. Psychiatrists debated his sanity. Was he truly possessed by delusion, or had he crafted the demon story to mask his true motives? Over time, Berkowitz admitted the truth was far less supernatural. He killed because he wanted to, because it gave him power in a world where he had once felt invisible. The demon was just an excuse, a way to make his crimes legendary. Locked away at Attica, and later Sullivan Correctional Facility, Berkowitz faded from the streets, but never from the headlines. Inmates whispered about him. Guards kept their distance. And yet, inside prison walls, the man who once prowled New York streets found a new identity, or claimed to. In the late 1980s, Berkowitz declared himself a born-again Christian. He began writing letters to victims' families, apologizing for the pain he had caused. He even called himself the Son of Hope in place of his infamous nickname. Some believed it was a genuine transformation. Others saw it as another manipulation, another way to control the narrative. His crimes had left a mark not only on the city, but on the law itself. In 1977, New York passed the Son of Sam law, preventing criminals from profiting off the publicity of their crime. It was a direct response to Berkowitz's notoriety, an attempt to deny him the fame he had once basked in. Decades later, those who lived through that summer still remember it vividly. The sound of footsteps at night, the way the air seemed heavier, the way strangers glanced over their shoulders. The Son of Sam didn't just kill. He rewrote the city's sense of safety, and that shadow never truly faded. Today, David Berkowitz remains in prison, an old man who once terrorized the most vibrant city in the world. He says he's changed, that he's at peace. But for the families of his victims, and for the city that once lived in fear, peace is something the Son of Sam can never give back. His story is a warning that monsters often hide in plain sight, and that sometimes the scariest thing about them is how ordinary they seem.